Mark Lampkin here, your brother from another mother, still alive and kicking. It is day 60 in my 70-day journey to 70 years. And, it's really interesting as I took a look at the calendars and realized that it was 44 years ago this week that I took a job that I wasn't qualified for. And I took it because I said yes when they offered it. Now, I had been working in an office that was a nursing registry's office, and I was actually doing some back office work for them with, believe it or not, a 10-key calculator. You young people don't know a darn thing about those. I was doing some workers' compensation reconciliation for this company called Medical Personnel Pool. And their job was to hire nursing assistants, nurses, and others, and staff them at hospitals and skilled nursing and in home care. And after 2 weeks of that, they said, hey, would you be interested in interviewing for the job of a staffing coordinator? Now, that was the type of business that a lot of women worked in. And, that wasn't such a bad thing for a guy who's 25 years old. I interviewed, they hired me. Because in that moment, when I used to doubt myself, for some reason, I said, yes, I'll interview. And I took the job, and my life was never the same. I excelled in that job in ways that I did not know, because there were skills that I possessed that had yet to be tapped, meaning I did not even know that I had the kind of personality on the telephone that would work for that type of business. I used to not like talking on the telephone. Sometimes I still don't. But what I figured out is that I could do something that others couldn't. And it worked really well for me. I had one moment where I had promised a family that I would have someone to come out and care for their family member the next day. And the young lady the next morning called me to say she couldn't make it. Her car had broken down. And she was really apologizing because she couldn't fulfill her obligation. And so I did something real quick. I said, where do you live? And she asked why. And I said, well, I'll come pick you up. Okay. And so I told my coworkers, who were all nurses sitting next to me, RNs and LVNs, and they looked at me strange. But I left, and I took that CNA, that person, to the assignment. The family was happy that she was there, and I went back to the office. And I wish I could adequately describe the looks on the women's faces when I sat back down at my desk, because they had never considered doing that. They were okay saying, oh, I'm sorry, we can't help you today, to that family. Whereas me, I made a commitment. And that's what really it's all about. When you make a commitment to yourself and to others, you honor that. And the universe will now honor you. That was that special sauce that Mark Lampkin brought to that environment. So when you think that you're doubtful and you say, I don't know if I can do this, again, say yes, trust yourself, and then do that little bit extra that'll make the difference for you. That's it for today. We'll see you in another 5 days on our journey to 70 days and 70 years. Peace.